Before I get started, I'd like to welcome everybody here and thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here today on this important event today, opening of the Newtown, breaking the ground of the Newtown Square Memorial. Before I get started, I'd like to thank Steve Neary first. Steve Neary came to me a couple years ago, about a year and a half ago, and he came to me and said, Linda, Newtown Square does not have a memorial for our veterans who are serving in our military. And I said, wow, let's talk, let's put something together, and let's take it to the Board of Supervisors. I can't tell you the support. The Board of Supervisors were so happy and so proud to start this memorial. They didn't even hesitate for a second. We should never forget the people who serve our military. And like other memorials, this will be for every branch and for every person who served. But we'd like to thank you for all that certain people have done for us to get this started. We went to Claude Dibaton, and the reason why I suggested Claude Dibaton is I heard him speak at a business association that Dick Town had, who is the president of the business association, and he talked about how proud he is of this country. And he actually got down and kissed the ground. And I have to say that it came from the heart. And when we went to him, our board, he was just so delighted to say, whatever I can do, I am here and I want to be involved. And I can't say how proud that we were that he opened his arms. We should all take care of the people who serve and make us free here in America and to raise our children and be here without worrying. Now I'd like to introduce Joe Catania.
What I was thinking about on the way over here is, especially when it's brought to light with the Iraq War, how much we owe to the veterans and to the people in service right now, how much they risk for us, and unfortunately it takes the Iraq War sometimes, or any other conflict, that brings it to the front pages, that brings it to the front of our minds for us to be reminded of it. That's why I think Claude and the other donors are making this possible, this park for not only Newtown residents to sit back and reflect, for the people that have fallen and served our country from Newtown, but everywhere. And I think it's a wonderful thing, and I thank all the people, the Veterans Committee that made all this possible. I'm just glad to be a part of Newtown. Thanks.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color Guard.
Order, halt. Carrying colors. Right tape. Forward, bump. Left tape.
I would like all of us to bow our head for a minute, especially to remember the fallen and our own Mr. and Mrs. Fordyce, who are in the front row here, who lost their son James 2 years ago. Lord, look down on this project with favor. Bless us and help us to be successful. Amen. At this time, I'd like to introduce General Ron Nelson, United States Marine Corps. Colonel Carmines, representing the Pennsylvania Adjutant General Jessica Wright. Colonel Smith, Colonel Andrew Ryder, and First Sergeant John Walker representing the Marine Corps. Mrs. Fordyce, could I ask you to step forward, please? On behalf of a grateful community, this is for our Gold Star mother. Thank you so much.
I'd just like to recognize some of the people here today, and I'd really like to, before I do that, I'd like to thank the Fordyce parents coming here today, Mr. and Mrs. Fordyce. You did pay the ultimate sacrifice, and we will never forget you. We'll never forget your son, and there will be a special plaque here at the memorial in his name. Today, Tom Killian and Representative Tom Killian and Representative Senator Ted Erickson could not be here today because they're in session. I'd like to bring up Linda Filippio and Brian Hudak will say a few words on their behalf.
Good morning. Senator apologizes for not being able to be here this morning. They're in session this morning up in Harrisburg. Senator wants to recognize and make sure that he salutes the veterans for everything that they've done for this great country, and that is why that he's gone so far as to secure a grant for the building of this memorial for our veterans. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out today. Representative Killian could not be here today in this great honor that we have for our veterans. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here to thank all of you for all you've done for us, for our country. And I guess that says it all. Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to have Mary Alice Brennan from County Council to please come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Linda. On behalf of Delaware County Council, it's a real honor to be here this morning and to welcome each one of you. I know you're not here to listen to me, so I'll just leave you with this. George Washington, who preferred the title of general over the title of president, said, and I'm paraphrasing, the ability of our young people, for us to recruit our young people into the military service depends on how we have treated the people who have served in the military service. So it is very proper and it's very important and very appropriate that we honor our veterans, and we do it through memorials, we do it through testimonials. Thank you all. Thank you for all who served.
Thank you, Mary Alice. Now I'd like to bring up Claude DeBaton.